Alright, what's going on YouTube? Today we got a simple drop fade for y'all. I'm gonna really break down the steps on how to maintain or keep the shape of the fade and everything like that. We're gonna cut a little bit off the top. We're not gonna get that on camera, but I will show y'all the steps and processes to a nice drop fade. With a drop fade, we do intend to keep this little C cup area right here. So we will start it from around this point to where it begins, and then we're just gonna drop it slightly in the back. Just working off its shape and stuff like that. We ain't gonna hold y'all too long. We're gonna get straight into the video. Alright, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start debulking with the number 3 guard. This is the highest guard that we're gonna use on this hair. So basically, we're just gonna debulk in the shape, and we're gonna use a flick out motion. But we're gonna debulk inside the shape that we want, basically in a downwards motion, starting from right here, then slowly curving it around his ear and then dropping it in the bag. And while we're doing this, we're flicking out at the same exact time. And this is a 3 with our level all the way over. And we do this all throughout the head. Really what I like to do, I like to start on one side, then move to the other side. Like if I start on this right side, I'm gonna move to the left side and continue it from there. And then I make the meet in the back. Now we're gonna make our first guideline. What we're gonna do is make the first guideline with our trimmers. And we're gonna use our comb side. We're gonna start right here on the neck. So we're barely going up. Barely going up. Move all this hair. And we're just following this initial guideline. Y'all can barely see it probably, but this is the 3 weight line right here. We're gonna lead the weight line to the end. And remember, you want to make a good little width from the 3 guard and this first guideline, basically preserving as much space as possible, because from this 3 guard to, or this 3, weight line to right here to this first ball guideline is the 2 guard, the 1.5, the 1.5 guard. You just wanna make this little shape, and then you want to do it on the right side, which would be the opposite side. And then from the right side or the opposite side, what you're going to do is you're going to connect them in the middle or in the back. Alright, so the next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like a little pamphlet for y'all, like the levers that we're going to be using, the guards that we're going to be using in each section. So first, we're going to start with our level all the way open. No guard. Whenever we set in a guideline, the level will always be all the way open. Always. And we're doing it the same way throughout the whole entire head. And this is an easier way. We're still going to be fading down, but this is an easier way to do it. For people that's not understanding, it'll make it easier for you as far as cutting hair, and it'll save y'all, I wouldn't say it will save y'all a lot more time, but it'll make the fade more easier for y'all, and y'all can have a nice and more cleaner fade. And it helps to keep track with inside of the fade, not fading up too high and not fading down too low and stuff like that. So we're about to create the 3 guard line, then we're going to create the 2, the 1, and then we're going to show y'all how we blend all of those out. So right now I've made all the guidelines for y'all. What we're going to be working with is we're going to be working with this section right here. This is with the lever all the way open with no guard. The next guideline will be right here around this area. That will be the half guard, and then the line up top right here, all at the very top, will be this 3 guard right here. So we're going to slowly work our way down. So at the top we have the 3 guard, and then if this guideline is the 1.5, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the 3 guard, then we're gonna move down, and in between this 1.5 and this 3 guard, we're gonna use this 2 guard to fade all this out. Then we're gonna leave or pick up where we left off from the 2 guard and start off fading down with our 1.5 guard, because these guidelines are set with the lever all the way open. This line underneath here, we're gonna move down. Slowly, slowly move down. This line, remember, is for our half guard or 1.5 guard, and this line right here is our lever all the way open. So in between that, after we fade down with this 1.5 guard, we're going to use our 1 guard, and this is going to fade out this whole entire section right here. And then for this last section right here, which will be probably this line right here, we're going to use our half guard, which is our smallest guard. And that we're slowly going to detail with that. And then now it's left with, which we're going to work with this first, is our lever all the way open. And we're going to slowly, right now, do this line first before we start our fading down process. And we're going to slowly close the lever till all of this is faded out. So we're going to start our lever open, slightly close it a bit, because this is what our lever all the way open already. We're going to start right here, and we're just going to start fading down. Fading down till all this is fading out, or faded out. However y'all want to put it. Same thing. Brush, fade, and once y'all feel like y'all got a nice little blend with whatever lever play that y'all like, y'all close it. Y'all go down in the fade and close the lever. And y'all just keep doing this till all this area, all this section is all the way faded out. And remember, we're turning our clippers just so we can keep that same shape that we set in with our first guideline and how we debulked with our 3 guard. Now we're going to start slowly fading down using our flick out motion with our number 3 guard with the lever all the way open. This top line is the lever 3 guard all the way open. But we're just going to do it just because we're going to follow through all of our steps. And we are using the flick out motion. Close the lever, move down. You don't want to just work on one side. You want to move from side to side, make sure everything is even. Move down, close the lever. And we're always flicking out. Don't worry about this weight line up here. This weight line is going to be taken out with shears. Move down, flick out. And we're doing that to all of this till we reach the level all the way closed. And then right then and there, we're going to pick up or start with our number 2 guard all the way open. Now that that's faded all the way out, we're going to continue with our number 2 guard. And around this area, this was the level all the way open that we just faded out. And this is the 1.5 area. Right between these 2 areas, that's what we're going to pick up with the 2 guard with the level all the way open. And you're going to know when fading down, you're going to know when to flick out, because you start to hear the hair cut a little bit more than usual. Or you just start to hear the hair cut the hair. And that's when it's time to flick out and not go, too high. Close the lever a little bit, move down. Close the lever, move down until we reach the guideline where the 1.5 guard was set at. All the way closed, flick out. And this is the last step for the 2 guard. Now we move down to 1.5. Now we're at the 1.5. Level all the way open. And we're going to pick up where it left off with the 2 guard. And it's just as simple as that. You're just moving down with the side of the fade. It's real easy, real simple. Still following the same exact shape that we had set in with our first guideline. Nothing changes. Each guard that we put on, nothing changes at all. You can detail slightly by using the corner of your blade. Move down. Fade all this out, keeping that same flick out motion. Move down with the lever, move down inside the fade. And then we get all the way closed. And this is just a simpler way of doing it. I don't use no guidelines whenever I'm fading. But this right here, this method is just to keep y'all intact with y'all fading, keeping y'all in certain, widths of your guidelines, not fading up too high, not fading down too low and stuff like that. Now we're with the one guard, level all the way over. And we picking up where we left off with the half guard. And y'all just gonna watch this line just disappear. The one guard is kind of like the sweet spot to where everything just starts coming together. Same process. Close the level, move down. Don't go up too high. If you feel like a certain area needs to be faded out a little bit more in another area or a guard above it, you want to turn your clippers to the side and you just want to start detailing like this, using the edges of your clippers or corners of your clippers. And to do that, to make sure you're detailing efficiently, you do want to close your lever halfway. Me, to save me some time, I'm going down in my fading process anyway, so when I get halfway with any guard, I go back into the other guard area and I just start using my corners. And so I'm detailing, and then now I can move down and continue with my fade. And it saves me a lot of time. Okay, level all the way closed, fade all this out. Now we're down to the last guard right here. And this is the smallest guard, the half guard. Now the half guard lever plays between lever all the way open that we first set in and the one guard. A little bit more right there. Start with the lever all the way open. Even though I don't feel like the lever all the way open really fades anything out, we're going to still follow through our mechanics and our steps. Closing the lever slightly, moving down. And we're just trying to fade out this bottom line right here. And that is it. Boom. Now everything on top of the hair, like all the weight line from the 3 guard, which you're gonna use 2 different types of shears. You're gonna use the thinning shears. Let me see if we can focus real quick. The thinning shears and the cutting shears. First, we're gonna use the cutting shears to establish a shape. Teach that a little bit more right there. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go off the side of his head and just go up. And everything hanging over the weight line will get cut. Because remember, it's not the weight line, it's the hair over the weight line that makes the weight line. And this just establishes your shape. You don't want to cut too much. And then after that, you take your thinning shears, and the thinning shears really breaks down this line right here, or this weight line that we didn't have, and it makes everything blend together. It's important that y'all know how to use both types of shears, because they both do different things. Now we're going to make the C-cup area right here, and this is going to bring the fade together as well. First, I kind of like to make this one indentation right here, and I'm using my pointer finger just to have a balance. And then after that, we're going to start high. And you kind of want to go against the grain for real, because the hair is coming down this way, so if I just press down, it's gonna feel like my clippers are just pushing the hair down. So you kind of want to move in this direction slightly, and then we continue from this area right here and slightly make our C-cup curve right there. Then everything beneath that, you just cut it off. Or you can turn your clippers upside down. Not to make the line, just to get all these little, you know, extra pieces of hair that's hanging over the C-cup off. Just like that. And then we do want to clean up. Make sure everything is right. So this is the fade right here. A nice clean fade. Nice drop fade. We did drop it a lot in the back. And this is what it looked like previous to us making our cut and everything. Put your head down for me a little bit. Thank you. But this is what we basically started with. And this is how we started off with the haircut. And then we transformed it into this. And it's a very quick process. We will, you know, put product at the top and everything because he does like it comb over. What we're going to do right now, we're going to finish the whole entire haircut, finish this side, finish the back. But basically, whatever I did on this side, I will be doing to this other side or the opposite side. And then I'm going to make them connect in the back. Alright YouTube, this is the cut right here. This is the finished product. Kind of tilt your hair right there. A nice clean drop fade. Let me show y'all what it looks like in the back. I can't even talk. Put your head slightly down. Right there. And we dropped it a lot in the back. This is a low drop fade. This is a nice go-to. And the steps that I showed y'all are very good steps. Very understandable, very simple. And a lot of clients, this is a very popular haircut, a drop fade. So y'all gonna be seeing a lot of these people with drop fades like this come in y'all shops. So y'all wanna watch the video, learn as much as y'all can, be prepared. Y'all always wanna stay prepared. That's why we learn every single hair texture and every type of, you know, haircut with different hair textures on this page, so we can be prepared whenever that client comes in. Because we don't want to turn down a, you know, potential client that's coming every month or every 2 weeks or every week or whatever. We want that money. It's always we want that money. But it's HYB. If you're not it's HYB. If you're not handling your business, then what you doing? And we out. Lord have mercy. I can't even.